What's good, y'all? It's your boy Sean P. the Blunt guy. Hey! And we are back at it again with another reaction stream. And y'all know how I like to do. If you've been following this channel for a while, you know what I like to do on Mondays. Usually that day after the official chapter drop. I like to get a temperature of what other One Piece YouTubers what their, I guess, their review or what their opinion is on the recent chapter. So today we will be reacting to Sawyer7mage, and the title of this video will be Akainu's Ultimate Goal and Devil Fruit Awakening, One Piece Chapter 1048 review, Magma versus Nika's Fire. Before I get into that, did y'all hit that like button? Let me ask y'all that. Did y'all hit that like button? Because make sure you hit that like button. Also, subscribe if you aren't subscribed yet, and hit that bell for notifications. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And if you are looking for a One Piece community, we have the Discord in the Facebook. So y'all make sure y'all go join one of those, right? Or both, you know. We got Angel's Room in the chat in the building with the yo, and then we got Hassan Smith. Shout out to Angel's Room and Hassan Smith with the strong arm. Oh, y'all know I kind of had to flex a little bit. Let me stop, though. Let me stop. That's not what we here. Y'all not here to watch me flex. But today, we're here to talk about the chapter, right? We're here to kind of to go over the chapter again, right? To get a reaction to somebody else's opinion on the chapter. And I'm curious, you know, I think the reason why I chose this particular video from Sawyer7mage instead of any other YouTuber is because he brings up Akainu, right? Because he bring up Akainu. And I think I said something, like we kind of talked about Akainu in yesterday's stream with the chapter. I guess in reference to Kaido, right? We see Kaido, he does his dragon breath. Well, I don't know what you call the move, but it's kind of like I guess you could say a new form of Kaido that we kind of witness, where he coats his body with his dragon fire or his dragon flames. So I'm assuming that's kind of why Sawyer is bringing Akainu into this. Now, I don't know why. I don't know what about last chapter sparks the idea of what Akainu's goal. Like, where do you get Akainu's goal or anything related to him within this last chapter, besides from what we talked about with Kaido, right? With him coating his body in flames, which was dope. You know, that was a dope moment. That was a dope moment in my opinion. You know, I'm a big Kaido fan. I won't lie to you guys. So to see him pull something out like that, where he's able to coat, but it's kind of ironic when you kind of look at the last chapter, because we got two. I mean, if you want to consider Orochi a dragon as well, even though he's more of a what do they call, a hydra almost? But hydras are kind of like dragons, right? They're kind of like dragons, except they're like multi-headed dragons, and yeah, they're like multi-headed dragons to a degree, right? And so if we just kind of look at Orochi as some sort of a dragon as well, then we look at him and Kaido as both dragons. They were both on fire last chapter, which I pointed that out yesterday's stream, but you know, I just thought that was a dope moment right there to see two dragons both on fire. One of them coat themselves on fire, so it don't seem like the fire was affecting Kaido so much, right? Like it if anything, it helped him. And I guess him being a dragon, he's able, like, the flames don't hurt him, you know. And with Orochi, right, we know Orochi, I mean, I don't know if being a Hydra works the same as being a dragon, because we see Orochi go into his Hydra form, right? Except we only see one head. We don't see all his heads. We just see one head. And he's on fire. So I don't know if in his Hydra form, if fire really affects him as much, you know, because you know how zones are durable. So maybe it doesn't affect him as much in that form, because he doesn't seem to be writhing in pain. But at the same time, he does kind of talk to Hiyori, you know, because he's about to try to kill her, I guess, in this form. He talks to her like, hey, we're both about to die, but I'm about to die, but I'm gonna take you with me. So we're both gonna die, you know. So in that case, he kind of foreshadows that he's kind of in his life is pretty much in danger, I guess, being on fire. So maybe the fire does affect him even in his Hydra form. Angel's Room said Akainu's goal is to break the fourth wall land, bring justice to the real world. He tried. Hey, you know, You know, I wouldn't doubt it, man. I wouldn't doubt it. But let's hope Luffy prevents Akainu from entering our world, right? But okay. But yeah, anyway. So yeah, what else did we get from the chapter yesterday? You know, we got uh the clash with I guess Luffy's Rio and drag flamed out Kaido, right? We got that as well. And somebody pointed out that the Rio, I want to say Angel's Room pointed out about how the Rio had no effect on Kaido's flame, you know. So I kind of want to talk about that. I kind of want to talk about that a little bit before we get into this video. Whether let me pull out that comment just so I'm, you know what I mean. Just so I'm gonna pull it up on my phone, just so I remember what exactly he said. He said the breath blast being effective against Rio, which is supposed to go through stuff. So yeah, so kind of how we know how Rio work, right? Like it damages objects from within, right? From within, and that kind of made me think, like, you know, why didn't Rio do anything to fire? Is it ineffective against fire? I would say so, yeah. I would say I think so. Why? Because fire doesn't really have like a body, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could see Rio affecting things with the body. What do I mean by body? I don't mean, you know, like take this remote for example. It has a body, you know, like I could, you know, it has a form in the body, right? So you could damage it from within the body. Fire, on the other hand, is kind of it's like energy, right? It's like, I don't want to say it's plasma because laser is a plasma, but it's like an energy thing, and you can't really physically grab fire. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like a lightning bolt, right? Kind of like that lightning bolt. And that's one reason why I said I believe Luffy turned that lightning bolt into rubber in order to grab it. Because electricity really doesn't have a body. You know, it's like plasma. It's, you know, it can hurt you, but you can't physically like grab it and hold it, right? You know, so with fire, I would think how Rio works, I don't think it will affect fire in that sense, you know. So because fire can't physically be really destroyed or anything, you know. I mean, you could throw water on it and put it out. You could put it out, but you can't like really destroy it in the way you could destroy something physical, you know. And so yeah, Angel said the lightning storm in episode 1017 could be proof Luffy didn't summon the lightning. Good point, yeah, and I definitely agree with that. Was there a 1017? You mean 1016? Because I think that was the most recent chapter, 1016. I feel like 1016. Like what I was watching. Let me see. Unless the site that I watched it on was wrong. Yeah, 1016 was like the last episode. I don't know. But yeah, so yeah, and that's what I thought. I already kind of assumed that it was. I already kind of assumed that lightning was happening. You know, now unless in that last episode that was Big Mom producing that lightning, because Big Mom was around, right? She had Prometheus around. She had Zeus around, who I think was eating some of the whatever the stuff that produced those rain clouds are that he likes eating, that Nami be feeding him. You know, because remember, I think when Big Mom got on top of the roof, like I think she fed Prometheus some fire, and then Zeus went up to the clouds and start eating and got bigger. So that could have been something Prometheus or Zeus been doing, like that lightning in that episode. But I'm not too sure. I still think the lightning bolts that was happening that Luffy grabbed, I think that was happening in the clouds. Angel said, yeah, but Rio travels through air. Why can't it travel through fire? Does it travel through air? I don't think it does. I don't think it travels through air. I think there's like a aura that expands past the user's fists. You know, so it travels through that little aura. But I don't think like Luffy could be punching people from a distance and the Rio's traveling through air. I don't think that's how it works. And you say, I'm not saying why doesn't it affect fire. I mean, why doesn't it just travel through it and hit Kaido like it does with air? Yeah, I don't understand the whole air part you're talking about. I think there still has to be a level of connection between at least with the aura that's being protruded from the person's body. I think that has to at least connect with the body. And the fire is keeping that Rio far enough away from Kaido is what I'm saying. That's what I think. I don't know though. You said the lightning storm was up there, was there against the scabbards. Yeah. I'm just talking about in that last episode. I think that lightning that was being produced was Big Mom's doing. That's all I'm saying. But I think it's been lightning on and off throughout Onigashima anyway, or throughout Wano or whatever. But yeah, anyway, let's get into this video. I'm curious to see what Sawyer7mage has to say. But yeah, I get what you're saying with the thing, but I don't think it necessarily travels through air. Like I said, there's a aura that is being that's extending past the body, like Luffy's aura extends past his fists. So I think the aura still has to touch the target, the desired target that you're trying to hurt. And what I'm saying is that fire is keeping what I think the fire is keeping Luffy's fist away far enough to where it can't touch him and it can't affect him, you know, and you can't affect the fire. So either way, you know, but I don't know. I don't really know. This is just kind of my idea of what's going on. We got Adam in the building. Shout out to Adam. He said, excited. I have not watched a lot of these his videos. Yeah, Sawyer7mage. Yeah, I've been following Sawyer for a while, like for a couple years. He was probably one of the early YouTubers that I really started following when it came to One Piece. Like after I got into One Piece, like him, I want to say Rogers Base. I really haven't watched any Rogers Base videos in a while, but King of Lightning, Joy Boy Theories, I think Tekken, a little bit Tekken. It was a few. But yeah, anyway, the link to this video will be in the description box. So y'all guys, make sure y'all go show Sawyer7mage some love and hit that like button. You know, matter of fact, we'll do that at the end. So we got Cracker in the beginning. So I'm assuming we're talking about the whole cake cover story, which he was indeed in. I almost forgot he was in there.
Hi, everybody. So this week we start off with Cracker and Brulee.
Ooh. Hey. Did that audio come off? Is that audio bad for y'all? Because I don't know. It's acting super choppy. Let me restart this page.
Hi, everybody. So this week we start off with Cracker, even though he's been captured by mythical type Zoan instead of a Logia. How Cracker.
Oh, hold on. I might see. I probably should check this video. Let me see. I'm gonna try to click on a different video real quick just to see if it's the audio in the video, or if it's the audio, if it's my audio. Like, y'all let me know how bad that audio is when I played it. Because I don't know if it's just on my half or if it's just bad in general.
Hello, everybody. Hope you're doing well.
Uh,
Finally got what you wanted. Then the reveal in this chapter, which... Hi, everybody. So this week...
Oh, my God. That is horrible. That is horrible, horrible, horrible.
Okay, whoa, just slow down.
Yeah, I think this might be on my end.
Hi, everybody. So this week...
Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. Do y'all hear that audio? Like, it's real cracky when I play the video, or is that just on my end? Because if it's just on my end, I might just put up with it. Yeah, it's gonna suck, but I might just put up with it. But if it sounds good with y'all, let me know. Somebody, Andrew's room, let me know.
We start off with Cracker and Brulee in the cover page, and I like how Cracker's exclamation mark matches his hair. Apparently,
yeah, that's bad. He said, "What do I mean by crackling?" It's like when he talks, it's like it might be on my end. It might be like my it might be on my end. But if y'all say it's good, then we just gonna roll with it, and I'm gonna just have to put up with it until I figure out why it's doing that. But yeah, y'all let me know if there is any audio issues though. He says, it sounds crackly. What do you mean crackling? That sounds better. Nope, not for me. I don't know what everyone else. All right, y'all say it's fine. We just gonna have to put up with it, or I'm gonna have to put up with it. But
hi, everybody. So this week we start off with Cracker and Brulee in the cover page, and I like how Cracker's exclamation mark matches his hair. Apparently, the implication from Brulee is that the intruders are Reiju and Ichiji, which I don't believe, because again, the shoes of the intruders really don't match the Germa boots. I mean, I do think that Germa will show up eventually to get Yonji and Niji back, but in this case, I do think that Brulee's assumption is actually a misdirection. And I remember Oda pulling like a...
so he said he don't know if it's Reiju and Ichiji. I don't know, man. You know, because when we did see the silhouettes in the last cover story, we got one person wearing heels, the other person wearing normal shoes, and then they both had like capes or something. It looked like capes coming down to like their legs. So, I mean, it could be a misdirection. But who would it be? Like, who would be coming to possibly save the Vinsmokes? Because when we seen them before that, right, they were on their ships, their snail ships, and you know, it seemed like they were possibly thinking about going to go save their siblings, but you know. Angel's Room said, to be honest, I really don't care who it is. Sorry to hear that. But yeah, I think it is the Vinsmokes though. I don't believe it's a misdirect, but if it is a misdirect, I wonder like who would it be, right? Like who stands to gain from saving the Vinsmokes, if that's what they're in Whole Cake Island for in the first place, right? If that's their goal, because like I said, it could be Blackbeard, right? It could be Blackbeard. We know Blackbeard is on the move. You know, he could be out there looking for a poneglyph. We know Big Mom is away from Whole Cake Island, so if Blackbeard needs poneglyphs, the best time to go get Big Mom's poneglyph is probably now. So, just kind of putting that out there. Adam says, I saw something about Cracker looking happy that it's the Vinsmokes. Only thing that makes me think it could be Funky. Yeah, I don't know why he would be looking the happiest to Vince Smokes, but unless he's trying to get some revenge or something. Even though Vince Smokes ain't do nothing to him, because he was defeated by Luffy. He was defeated by Monkey D. Luffy. Let's continue.
Misdirection in the Capone cover story as well, where he made us believe that Lola was actually Chiffon. And so he's not above doing that sort of thing in these cover stories. The chapter opens up with Momonosuke making a desperate attempt to move the island by headbutting it. And there's a lot of dialogue, a lot of lines in this chapter, and panels that remind me of stuff that was shown in episode 1015 of the anime. So it's the constant repetition of, 20 years ago, Odin died, and this country just fell into darkness. But then, of course, we were also told that...
I did notice that. The last chapter kind of reminded me of episode 1015. And I think that's what makes me feel that Kaido's defeat is nearing, right? That this fight may be coming to a conclusion just by that build of the past and everything, even though the name of the chapter is 20 years, right? So the point of the chapter is pretty much to talk about that 20 years between Odin's death and the present, right? So, but the fact that we getting so much kind of reminder, like, hey, you guys remember, here's what Kaido did to Wano, right? And then this is in the middle of Luffy going for this possibly final punch that he's pretty much commanding Momonosuke to move Onigashima out the way so it doesn't get destroyed in this attack. So it's looking like an ultimate attack right now, right? The punch is the fist is bigger than Kaido. Like we seen in this chapter that the fist was bigger than Kaido. It was bigger than the skull of Onigashima. It was about as big as the it was probably slightly smaller than that whole chunk of island that is attached to the skull. The whole chunk of island of Onigashima that's still attached to the skull. So yeah, it's slightly smaller than that from looking at the comparison. Adam says, I feel like Kaido is the first flashback that we've wanted to see in a while. So of course we won't get to. Nah, I think we'll get it. I think we'll get a flashback. But it is kind of funny that like the Odin flashback, it's like a flashback we never asked for, but it was a flashback we needed. Cause it was a great flashback. Angel's Room said it's Smoker and Tashigi. My question would be is what are they at Whole Cake for? If it is, but that, I mean, it would make sense, right? It could make sense, but I just don't know why they would be at Whole Cake. Adam says, at least now, don't get me wrong, love the Odin flashback. Yeah, I mean, the Odin flashback was great. It was awesome. But let's continue with this because, oh man, this audio, bro, it's killing me. It might be it must be my, I'll check. I'll see what it is later. Maybe I need to get a new box or something.
20 years into the future, a strong group of pirates will arrive, and they would be the ones to take Kaido down. I keep watching this scene in the anime. It's tremendous. It's so good. I really like the small little detail of Law using one of Kid's middle pieces.
See, this is why I rock with Sawyer, man, because that, I said that. Like, I said that in the thread I made. I'm like, bro, that episode, I mean, this whole arc has really been turning me into a Law fan. But that episode, bro, like, Law really shined in that episode. Like how he was just walking from the poneglyph and just like, yo, I'm gonna just use Kid to hop to the top of the roof. You know, like Kid, Luffy, Zoro, all them, they had to fight to get to the roof. Law was just like, why do I gotta fight when I could just use Kid to get me to the roof, right? And then we see Zoro like coming in hot, right? He comes in hot, and then Law gets there at the same time, where like right before Zoro lands, and then he saves Zoro, bruh. And then and then like, you know, Luffy pretty much goes past Kaido and Big Mom, and Kaido comes to attack Luffy, and then Luffy pretty much orders Law to like pretty much teleport the scabbards, you know, away from the danger. Law does it, and then last episode we see him bring Luffy to him pretty much with his belly like, hey Luffy, look, about what you said to me when you told me to teleport the scabbards. Look, I just want to let you know, I didn't do that because I was following your orders. I did that because I was already planning on doing it. Like, bro, Law been winning me over, man. And I don't even really care for Law's character as much as most people, but Law has been winning me over this arc. You know, starting from the journey to Onigashima when all the supernova pretty much united, and this was like right after the scabbards pretty much lost all their hope because, you know, they thought the fleet was demolished. Bruh, Law been low key winning me over and turning me into a fan. Angel said to take over the territory, obviously, become world government land. This is just jokes, though. I don't really know who it could be, but they do fit the silhouette we had seen. Yeah, I don't think they would. I don't think that would be up to them. If they really wanted to take over Whole Cake, they would probably definitely send like an army, like or not an army, but they would send a bunch of ships, unless they came with a bunch of ships that we just haven't seen. But I don't know. Let's continue.
To switch himself upstairs. And I also like how the transitions are kind of marked with some kind of lightning each time we cut to a different character. I've been trying to find the OST for this scene, because if I'm not mistaken, that is some mean violin being played. Now, thoughts on last night's anime episode. It wasn't as well animated as 1015, but it was still a lot of fun. It was disappointing that Kid doesn't know what Rio is, but apparently Zoro does, because he's been using it since Alabasta. We kind of get the same dialogue from Kaido where he compares Luffy to the legend.
Well, yeah, I don't think it's upsetting, you know, because I think Zoro and Kid kind of had like they had a very separate path to this point, right? They had a very separate path to this point. Zoro is a swordsman, so being a swordsman, I feel like Rio is like one of them things that kind of, even without knowing it, if you're really a dedicated swordsman, it's like one of those things that you could pick up on your own without ever being taught, right? And I think spending so much time in Wano, he probably actually heard of the term and probably you know, put two and two together, right? Kid, on the other hand, Kid's not a swordsman, right? He's just a pirate that likes causing havoc, you know. And when I don't even know if he ever went to Wano and actually explored Wano. Like, Kid, I think, was pretty much defeated by Kaido back on that island after Kaido fell. And then ever since then, he was like a prisoner of Kaido. So he never really had the chance to explore Wano like Zoro and Luffy and everybody else. And, you know, learn about the concept of Rio, you know. So I think it makes sense why Zoro would know and Kid wouldn't. Now, Killer, on the other hand, because Killer was kind of free at some point. Maybe Killer could have possibly picked up on it or not. And Killer's like a swordsman, but not really. He uses blades, but he's not like Zoro, whereas he just uses a sword, you know. He's a blade wielder, you know, but he kind of is a swordsman, you know. He kind of is a swordsman, I guess. He just doesn't use traditional swords, you know, I guess. Let's continue.
legends. In the anime, he says, I only know a few people that can fight me, which surprisingly doesn't include any Marines, even though he's been captured by them in the past. So, not sure what's up with that. And then he also adds, are you suggesting that you're capable of fighting me to the death? So I'm assuming that all of those legends are capable of fighting him to the death. I like how they had Zoro make the observation that Luffy's about to use Future Sight because he's very...
I kind of chalked that up. Because I think me and Angel kind of debated that. It was either me or Angel or me or Stan. One of us was debating about the whole Kaido's 5 people he mentions. And I think it's kind of a respect thing as well. I think it's like he respect those guys and they're also capable of fighting him. And like, cause you can't tell me that no Marine is capable of fighting Kaido. I refuse to just sit there and say there was never a Marine in existence capable, like come on now. I'm sure Garp is capable of fighting Kaido. At this point in time, maybe not so much, but I'm pretty sure there was a time where Garp was active and Kaido was active at the same time that Garp could have. There was probably at one point there was probably a time where Garp could easily, or not easily, but there was that Garp and Sengoku could beat Kaido, and then Kaido probably got stronger, and then even then I would say Kaido or Garp and possibly Sengoku could still fight on even footing with Kaido, right? Even now at this point in the story, I don't think so, because they're a lot older, they're out of their prime. I believe Kaido is still in his prime, but but yeah.
Very calm in order to dodge Thunder Bagua. Zoro's comment reminds me a lot of Mihawk's comment in Marineford, where Luffy actually uses Future Sight for the first time as well. Also, apparently Kid's punk rotten technique is going to be CGI, so there's that. Anyway, Kaido starts fuming at the mouth, and he...
Yeah, I can already tell. A lot of kid stuff is going to be CGI. A lot of kid, because his stuff is like with all that metal and it's going to be CGI. Some of it, I believe. I mean, we've already seen some of it CGI, so I think it's safe to say we'll probably get more CGI when it comes to Kid as we go along. Angel said, Kaido said only a chosen few can hurt him in the manga, so maybe he's never been hurt by a Marine. All I'm saying is I don't believe everybody that I believe there's more people outside of who he mentioned that are capable of fighting him and possibly hurting him. That's all I'm saying. I think it's just that's all we got. That's all that Oda decided to show us. But I don't think those are the only specific people. It's not like he said only these specific people were able to fight me. He didn't say that. He just said only a few people are capable of fighting me. And then we see those specific people. But that doesn't mean they're the only ones. It's just, it's not like he said only these people. He just said only us few people, and then Oda just decided to give us a few people that are capable of fighting Kaido. But I don't think those are the only people. I'm not saying there's a long list of people either, but I think there's some more people that are capable. That's all I'm pretty much saying. I just don't want to take that specific list so to heart. I think a lot of people are taking that list to heart, right? And it's the same people who will sit here and say yeah, Kaido was said to be the strongest, but that don't mean he's the strongest. But then they'll take that and take it so literal, and it's like, what? Adam says, I agree. I think he was just thinking of pirates he thought could hurt him. Yeah, I think it was a pirate thing, a respect thing. He respected those guys. There's probably people out there that is capable that he don't have as much respect for, so he's not even going to think about them, Angel said Oda really had to put 4 dead people on that list so we don't think any else is stronger. You think Kaido don't respect Big Mom? What you said, because Big Mom wasn't on the list? That's not what I'm saying. It's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying maybe there's probably some people that could beat or that was capable of fighting, but maybe he didn't respect them. You know, like, that's all I'm saying. I don't know why Big Mom wasn't on the list. I think Big Mom is just as capable as the others. So that which further my point in I don't think those are the only people who was ever capable of beating Kaido. Adam says, I feel like we know he doesn't. Angel said, I didn't say that what you were saying. I was just asking. I didn't mean to sound rude. Again, I don't think it's solely a respect thing. It could be. Like, that's all I'm saying. It could be maybe the people he left off of the list was just left off because he doesn't respect them. Or maybe he just doesn't respect them as much as the people he was mentioning. Like, you could have respect for people, but there's people you respect more, but I don't, I don't know why those few silhouettes or few people were mentioned, but I don't think those are the only people who are capable of fighting Kaido and possibly defeating him at least at some point, because look, it's already been portrayed that Garp and Roger were pretty much rivals to the point where they clashed a lot and had some very big fights. So if Garp is indeed a pair, if he is indeed on par with Roger, that would mean that he is just as much capable of defeating Kaido as Roger was. You know what I'm saying? And but yeah, he wasn't on the list. And I'm not going to take him not being on the list as a snub saying, well, Garp's just not as strong, because I don't believe that. I think Garp in his prime, Roger in his prime were both, I'm not going to sit here and say they were like equals, but they were on par. They were on par is all I'm saying. Like, Garp could have been a little bit weaker than Roger, where like every time they fought, Roger always inched out a win. But that still doesn't take away Garp being strong enough to fight with Roger. So that should mean he should be strong enough to fight Kaido. Like, that's what I'm saying. But in my opinion, I think it's just strength rather than respect, since he disrespect 3 people on that list. What, again, I don't know. I don't know what the list is. I just don't believe those are only people capable of fighting Kaido. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, let's continue.
He encases himself in this giant, fire-made, magma-like dragon figure of his own creation. And so last chapter, we had Oda sort of foreshadow the Luffy versus Blackbeard fight by having Kaido say that Haki can actually beat Devil Fruits, because that's what Roger actually did. He became king of the pirates without having a Devil Fruit. And so a lot of us took that to mean that Blackbeard will eventually steal Luffy's Devil Fruit power, and Luffy will have to overcome Blackbeard using his Haki. That's how he'll win that fight. But now this chapter is all about hyping up.
Andrew said him just listing off the people he fought before. And I can agree with that. Which I've said before. Maybe he specifically listed people that he fought a lot, right? He probably fought Shanks a few times. He probably fought Roger. I don't know if he fought Roger a few times because he was probably young. But he probably knew what Roger was capable of by seeing him fight often, right? Against Zebek. Zebek, he probably didn't fight, but he probably knew Zebek's strength directly from being around it all the time as well. And then Whitebeard, he probably clashed with. Garp, on the other hand, he might not have fought Garp. And I know somebody brought up the point, well, Kaido is still a good measure of of strength. And that's true. I get it. That's true. But again, he may not have fought against Garp to really consider Garp in that specific list. Because this is probably a list of people that he directly witnessed, either through fighting or just being around them all the time. And Garp, he probably didn't see enough of Garp, you know? And he might know Garp is strong, but again, he probably didn't come into the blows or come into contact with Garp enough to really garnish enough respect to sit here and say, oh, let me put Garp in that as well. Angel said, what? I don't know about the idea of Blackbeard taking Luffy Devil Fruit. Might have to turn off my computer if that happens and then turn it back on to continue reading the chapter. I don't think he's taking Luffy's Devil Fruit. But yeah, let's continue.
Up and foreshadowing the Akainu fight, because the giant technique that Kaido pulls in this chapter definitely looks like something Akainu would be able to do. And it also reminded me of the final technique that King used in his fight against Zoro. So the Hinokami Kagura has been all over the place. So we know that it's actually hotter than normal fire, because not only is this magma burning the fire god, right, which is Luffy. Luffy has to let go of Kaido, he can't keep holding on. But then also Kaido vaporizes the other horn of Onigashima, the one that Zoro didn't cut. So now the island has matching horns, and he says he's going to do the same thing to Luffy's arm, but then we get that little brief flashback with Yogoro explaining what Ryo is, which unlike basic armament hockey, you can use Ryo to not make direct contact with your target, so that adds a layer of protection. So we see the clash there, and the way it's depicted also reminds us of that scene with Yogoro. And you also see the black lightning there as well. However, the sky is not splitting up. So we know that Mount Fuji is obviously a volcano in real life, and so I'm wondering if Kaido's magma is actually going to perhaps awaken the volcano that we have in Wano. It's the only place in this arc that we know next to nothing about. Also, I feel like this is a pretty good reminder of pyrobloin, because pyrobloin is a substance that exists in the...
Hey, Elitz talks a lot about pyrobloin in his, he has a thing called, it's like the Red Sea theory. I think he has two parts of it, two parts of the Red Sea theory, which he has another video. I need to, I'm gonna have to do a reaction to that other video as well of his, or like his newest video I'm gonna have to react to. I gotta reach out to him because we're also supposed to be doing another collab this week, continuing the Understanding Hockey series. But yeah, so I'm gonna have to react to the newer one of him. I might do that next week because I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it this week because I got like another video I need to another video somebody wanted me to react to in the Discord, and if he's able to do two videos this week, because I think for the next Understanding Hockey video it was going to be like a two-parter, you know, so it just depends. It depends. Adam says, I think Zoro might. You think Zoro might what? Angel said the same thing. Adam says the series you had two have been doing are great. Yeah, appreciate it. But what you think Zoro might do? I'm curious. I'm curious what you think Zoro might do. Let's continue.
One Piece world, and it exists within Seastone, and of course we know that Seastone came from Wano. That's where it was invented. But also in Skypiea, Pagaya pretty much reveals that pyrobloin is the reason why Sky Islands even exist in the first place. Because when volcanoes erupt, they shoot the substance up into the sky. And depending on the moisture in the sky, the pyrobloin actually combines to make either island clouds or sea clouds. So in Skypiea, the Straw Hats actually run into this construction site. It's like a quarry where man-made clouds are being manufactured. And the way the clouds are being cut up and divided just reminds me of the shape of the poneglyphs, because they're like these giant blocks. And so of course we know, thanks to Nekomamushi, that the Kozuki clan of Wano were the ones who created the poneglyphs in the first place. And so we get this panel of the Kozuki clan creating these blocks and actually sort of using water to cool them off, because in the background we see a bunch of eruptions. It looks like a volcanic eruption in the background. So maybe the Kozuki clan used the volcano in Wano, and the pyroblowing from the volcano to create the poneglyphs. And as other fans have speculated, maybe the road poneglyph of Wano is actually located inside of the volcano. Remember, the poneglyphs are supposed to be indestructible, so even a volcanic eruption wouldn't be able to destroy it. And because magma and volcanoes appear to be playing such a big role in the finale of this arc, I get the impression more and more that Akainu is actually a mythical type Zoan instead of a Logia. Because you got Kaido, who's a mythical...
Man, everybody can't be mythical zones, man. I don't know if I agree with Akainu being a mythical Zoan. I like him better as a keep him a Logia. Keep him a Logia. We don't need too many mystical zones that were misdirected as other devil fruits in other categories, right? Like we got the Hito, Luffy's devil fruit that we believed was the Promethea, but come to find out he's really a zone. And though he's really the only character like that, you know, I think the only other character I will personally give a pass if they're also like that, where they have a mystical zone that was meant to look like it was either a Logia or a Promethea. The only other character I'll be okay with is Blackbeard. And you know, I talked a lot about Blackbeard, the Yami Yami no Mi, and how much it looks similar to the Gumu Gumu no Mi. You know, that's what we called it, the Gumu Gumu. Not only that, Luffy being the sun god, and it would also kind of be like, it would make sense for like either Blackbeard or Eam to be like the moon god or something, you know. But, you know, even though Best Gen, that video, he had me thinking for a little bit, I wouldn't be really against if the moon god and the sun god were the same person. And it's just like the devil fruit, like the Nika devil fruit just works differently compared to the night, compared to the day, right? But I'm still sold that the moon god devil fruit, if there is indeed one, is the Yami Yami no Mi or whatever Eam might possibly have. Adam says, if Zoro revives at the same time as Kaido's fruit revives, I think it could go to him. So you talking about getting Kaido's devil fruit? I think he was talking about Luffy's devil fruit, not Kaido's. But I don't think Zoro's getting the devil fruit. I hope not. I think at this point in the story, if Zoro doesn't have a devil fruit, I think he's fine without it. I think it will kind of tarnish his character of being that badass without a devil fruit. Him and Sanji, they're both badass without devil fruits, who got very strong up to this point without devil fruits solely on their own merit. So I think if they were to have devil fruits, I think that should have been like maybe pre-time skip back in the Grand Line maybe. But now I wouldn't be a fan of Zoro getting a devil fruit personally. If he does, you know, I mean, I'm not going to quit One Piece, but I'm not like that. But it's just like, if he does get it, I'll be a little upset, but I'll get over it. You know, I'll get over it. Angel said, maybe I'm just a hater, but I think Zoro's going to be asleep for the rest of the raid or during the final clash. I wouldn't be against that if, let's say, Zoro meets Ryuma in the afterlife. Like, let's say Zoro is teetering death, and through teetering death, he meets Ryuma. I would be okay with that. And then he said, oh, and interested on the Zoro getting Kaido devil fruit. Let's continue.
Mythical type Zoan, and he's able to use lava this way. Then you got King, who's also a Zoan, but at the same time he's a Lunarian. And we know from Queen that Lunarians were known to be able to survive in any type of environment, regardless of how harsh it was, which I assume means that they would be able to survive volcanic eruptions as well. And again, King was sort of using a magma dragon versus Zoro. And we actually know from the Gorosei that Zoans actually have like a will of their own. So the Zoan fruits, They actually choose their users. So you could make the argument that Sengoku's mythical type Zoan Devil Fruit actually chose Sengoku. So maybe the fruit chose him because it sensed that Sengoku had the qualities to become a fleet admiral. And so maybe the same thing happened with Akainu, that the fruit chose him. And so maybe his fruit was a mythical type Zoan all along, just like Luffy's. So now I'm thinking about the implications of Akainu's awakening. Because think about it, like if Akainu's awakening allows him to control or manipulate Pyrobloin, then that could mean that he could potentially create and destroy Sky Islands, because they're made out of Pyrobloin. He could also create and destroy Sea Stone, and then maybe he could also find a way of destroying the poneglyphs, because he doesn't care about the truth. All he cares about is his absolute justice. So he can potentially go on a rampage and destroy the poneglyphs to stop people from finding out the truth about the Void Century. He could kill Robin's Dream right there. So the ability to control Pyrobloin is going to be pretty crucial down the road. Now apparently the sound of Kaido's new mode makes the phonetic sound.
Yeah, I'm not really sold on Akainu being like a mystical zone capable of destroying Pyrobloin, you know, especially if poneglyphs could survive Magma. I don't see how Kaido would be able to destroy it, you know, or affect it, you know. Angel says Zoro's going to find Kaido's Devil Fruit at Ryuma's grave at the end of the arc. Oh God, no! Please don't! Please don't! No to that Devil Fruit! Stop it! Stop it with the Devil Fruit theories with Zoro and getting the Devil Fruit. I don't want to see Zoro taking on Mihawk with a Devil Fruit. I want to see two swordsmen, two non-Devil Fruit wielding swordsmen fight with nothing but their blades and haki. That's what I want to see. Even though I personally don't know if I believe that Zoro and Mihawk are going to fight. Personally, I kind of think that Mihawk could potentially get killed before Zoro get a chance to fight him. I think Shilu, I think he might do something dirty to Mihawk. Like he might end up fighting Mihawk and just like do some dirty tactic, especially since he got the clear fruit now. So he might use some dirty tactic against Mihawk to kill him, or they might jump him or something. I don't know, because that's the type of crew Blackbeard has. Like they got the type that jump you. They don't play fair, which I like that about Blackbeard crew. They don't play fair. But yeah, so you know, I kind of think Mihawk could potentially get killed, which would kind of hurt. It would hurt Zoro's dream, because it would be like Zoro's whole dream is to defeat the strongest swordsman, but Shilu robs Zoro from his dream. So that would mean Zoro would have to get his vengeance in killing Shilu. In a sense, because Shilu would, even if he does beat Mihawk kind of dirty, right? He would probably become the world's strongest swordsman. Even if he does. So that would mean Zoro would have to beat Shilu in order to become. So not only would it be like a revenge type thing, it would be him having to become, you know, beat Shilu as his goal instead of Mihawk. You know, because I think Mihawk and Zoro kind of got like a friendship, right? Like I think they kind of grew a friendship where, I mean, not like friends, but they grew like this respect type of relationship. So, because I don't see Shanks fight, I don't see Luffy fighting Shanks, and I don't see Mihawk. Well, I think it's probably more likely Zoro does fight Mihawk than Luffy fight Shanks. But yeah, Andrew said, I wonder why he even wants to visit it. It's probably more of a respect thing, because you gotta think like Zoro's like a, you know, Zoro, like swordsman, it's probably like a respect among swordsmen thing. That's all that is. Adam said, I'm going to sound crazy, LL, but I think Zoro and Mihawk are both already fruits, and they can add to them once awakened. You actually don't sound crazy, because again, me and like Elids have talked about people creating devil fruit abilities, and yeah, And I don't want to keep beating that bush because I've talked about it multiple times. But yeah, if you heard our discussions about that, you would understand why that would definitely make sense for me, at least for me. Angel said, "I'm just curious on how they going to meet each other. Mihawk got no friends, and Zoro said he doesn't like fighting for revenge in Alabasta or Skypiea. But yeah, I see the respect. You're curious how who will meet who? Who will meet each other? But like again, Zoro isn't a revenge type of person. But if somebody like robbed him from his dream in a very dirty way, I could see Zoro wanting to avenge that death. And it's going to be a normal fight though. You know, it's going to be. They're already kind of. I think it just adds more to their fight, right? It adds more depth to the fight because now Zoro has a major reason to defeat Shilu. You know, let's continue.
Of Kain Daiko, which means flaming drum. And I like that because not only is it a reference to a Japanese folklore story, but it also matches Luffy's heartbeat drum, or the heartbeat of Joy Boy / Nika. So Luffy has like the drums of liberation that he activates, and Kaido has like this flaming dragon torch drum. And then the name of Luffy's attack is a reference to a monkey deity in Hinduism, which fits Luffy very well because in the mythology, this monkey tried to fly up to grab the sun because he thought it was a fruit. So Nika was known as the sun god, right? And Luffy ate the Nika no Mi. It just goes back to that. Also, this Hindu monkey god named Hanuman is also cited as being the inspiration for the Monkey King character in the famous Chinese poem Journey to the West. You know when you're in school and the teacher tells you that you have to write a 5-page paper, and so you write out your paper, your ideas, and then you end up with 3.5 pages, and you're like, oh, how do I get to the 5 pages? I need more fluff. So you just start adding like random things and maybe repeating yourself over and over.
Bruh, I'm a professional at doing that, man. Like they be like, hey, we need a 3-page paper, bro. Like I literally might only have like 1.5 pages of actual content, right? So, you know, you gotta turn that 1.5 to 3. So you gotta start adding a bunch of filler words. Like, you know, like instead of saying something like, hey, I walked to the store, you gotta say something like, so I left the house and decided to take a brisk stroll to the convenience store at the end of the block in order to get me something to drink. Like, you see, I just turned that a small sentence into like a much longer. But I know what he's saying. Adam says, I have not seen those. I am going to have to find them tonight. Yeah, I don't remember what videos they were, so I couldn't tell you. I've done so much stuff at this point, so I couldn't tell you which streams they were. But if you look at any of them with the E-lids, maybe like a lot earlier videos with me and E-lids, we might have talked about it, you know. It might have been some understanding hockey videos that I've reacted to before, and he actually partook in like the discussion. Like he came on my stream, but yeah, I don't know which videos we talked about that in. Angel said how Zoro and Mihawk would meet each other. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't know how they would meet each other. Maybe Mihawk might just show up knowing that Zoro's ready or something. You know, maybe that's how good Mihawk is. He just knows when to show up. Kind of like Zunisha. Just know when to show up. Angel said, in my eyes, it wouldn't be Shiryu stealing Zoro's dream, more like giving him a new person to challenge for the title. Well, where I said he would be stealing the dream is because Shilu wouldn't necessarily defeat Mihawk in a fair fight, is what I'm saying. He would do some underhanded tactic to defeat Mihawk. So it's not even like he necessarily is. He's not necessarily even legitimate in becoming the world's best swordsman because he cheated to gain that title. So Zoro might look at it like, look, I can't respect you because you didn't defeat the strongest swordsman fairly or honorably. So, but and I can't defeat him because you killed him. So that's how he takes the dream away from Zoro, because he doesn't give Zoro the satisfaction of beating a legitimate world's best swordsman. That's where he robs Zoro. It's not like Shilu just now. If it's Shilu beating Mihawk fairly, then it wouldn't be stealing. But that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying he's defeating Mihawk fairly. He's doing something underhanded, killing Zoro's you could say sensei at one point, because he kind of did become like Mihawk was a mentor to Zoro at one point. So it would be killing Zoro's mentor and Zoro's dream without getting a fair victory over that character. Zoro. Adam said, hold on, let me read Angels before I read Adams. He said, there is no honor in the seas. That's true, but it's not really a case of a pirate situation. It's not just normal piracy, is what I'm saying. Zoro wants to beat the world's best swordsman. He doesn't want to beat him unfairly. He wants to beat whoever has proven themselves to be the world's best swordsman. That is how you become, like they say, to be the man, you gotta beat the man, right? That's a famous quote by Ric Flair. And if Shilu beats Mihawk, I'm talking about Zoro. I'm not talking on a level of piracy. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about as swordsman. If Shilu beats Mihawk or kills Mihawk in a very unfair way, that would mean that Zoro can never truly prove himself. Like you're kind of I think you're not really taking in consideration of what it would mean. Zoro wants to prove himself to be the world's greatest swordsman. How do you do that? You beat the world's greatest swordsman in a honorable, fair duel. Because if there's some shady stuff that happened in the fight and Zoro beat Mihawk on some shady thing, could Zoro really, truly, legitimately consider himself as the world's best swordsman if he beats Mihawk in some very shady way? No, he couldn't. Same if somebody else beat Mihawk in a very similar way. And all that unfairness, yes, when it comes to the whole game of piracy, I get it. Or just when it comes to survival, I get it. But when it comes to earning a title such as the world's best swordsman, honor and fairness does matter as far as winning a fight to consider yourself to take that title. You can't beat somebody unfairly and say, "Oh, I'm the best person in the world." I mean, yeah, when you throw in cheating. Adam says, I meandered down to the valley on my favorite street to go to my store. I always went on Mondays at noon or 4. LOL ultimate fuck. Yeah. Hey, great example. I don't know what meandered. I don't know what that is, but sure. Angel said, but yeah, I get what you mean. LOL, just wanted to type. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like ultimately, it's going to be one of the things Zoro's just going to have to accept. But it's still going to. Like if somebody takes your dream away, bro, that's going to irk you right there. That is going to irk you. You're going to be like, nah, man. Like I wanted to be the one to defeat him fairly, and this guy killed him and did it in such a snipe type way, bro. Like, come on now, like, come on now. Yeah, but if Zoro is put in the same situation as Mihawk and is beat Shiro in those unfair conditions, he would be better than Mihawk, who couldn't. Not necessarily. Because I don't think Zoro will be in that situation. I don't think Zoro will be in that situation. And that's not necessarily true. It's like, it's not necessarily true. I get what you're saying, but it's not really true, right? Because the situation is still vastly different. You know, like fights go differently. Like two fights, it's not like each fight will be the same, right? Like the fight against Zoro, the fight against Mihawk, Shilu and Mihawk might be different from the fight against Zoro and Mihawk. Like the level of cheating that Shilu might have to pull to beat Zoro might be way more than the level of cheating that he might pull on Zoro. So, you know, and then you gotta look at the conditions of it. You know, like the conditions. Zoro is going to have the Straw Hats with him. They're going to fight the others of the Blackbeard pirates. Where as far as where Blackbeard decides to go after Mihawk or Shilu, they might jump Mihawk. Mihawk doesn't have backup to be like, hey, I want you to, hey, go fight him, I'm gonna fight him. Let's continue.
Over again, just to get to the 5 pages. That's how this chapter felt in terms of the use of flashback. I mean, it was nice to see Yoshimaru's face in this and the daimyo rising up against Kaido, but at the same time, it's all stuff that we already knew. Like, I don't think the flashbacks in this chapter had enough new content or had enough new information in them for them to be as long as they were. I think they were just there to sort of like remind us of the emotional stakes. And there was a flashback in the previous chapter as well with Momonosuke and Kinemon, but that...
I kind of disagree with him. I mean, now if this flashback lasted 2 chapters, I would agree with him. But it's all in 1 chapter, right? And I get it, but the chapter was specifically meant to be a flashback, so I kind of get it. We did get some new stuff. I don't like... It's not like we didn't get nothing new. We did get a good bit of different perspective, so you know, but I kind of agree. I don't think the flashback was necessary, but you know, we did get some new stuff, so I mean, hey, I can't knock it completely.
That one was shorter. It was a lot shorter, and it did have a little bit of new dialogue in it. But this one is just like, I feel like it went on for way too long. I feel like maybe Oda wants to aim to end the volume with a specific event, with a specific chapter. Because I remember that Oda recently said that for chapter 1000, he didn't really have anything planned. He didn't really have anything special planned for that chapter. But then there was a lot of social pressure around him with his editors and with the fandom, I guess. And people were telling him, so what are you going to do for chapter 1000? And he said, like, I don't know, just a normal chapter. No, you got to do something special. And so he's like, okay, well, I'll try to figure it out. And so that's why he kind of timed it so that, you know, Luffy got to the rooftop in chapter 1000, right? So I'm wondering if he's trying to do the same thing here, that maybe he wants the manga to be at a specific point before the premiere of Film Red, for example. Yeah, but the flashbacks in this chapter it reminded me of something that Kishimoto would do. I mean, I love Kishimoto. He's a great guy. I met him in the bathroom once. But I'm actually wondering if, you know, he secretly kidnapped Oda and hijacked the manga this week. Now, in the official translation, there's a scene where one of the samurai in the flashback calls Orochi fool of a lord, which is very fitting because that's what Kaido calls Odin when he speaks to Momonosuke, when he goes to find him. So it all comes full circle. I thought that was nice. We get a brief scene with Usopp.
Hold on, let me see what those comments said. It said Luffy's disrespect walk was something else. Yeah, that was a great moment. And he says, me in 2070. Me in 2070. Kaido's flashback, next chapter. My grandkids. Sure, Grandpa, let's go to bed. Bro, like, yo, for real, let me ask y'all something. When y'all have kids or y'all have like grandkids, are y'all going like at night when they gotta go to bed, y'all going like read them One Piece? I think, hey, that'd be dope. Just get like all the actual physical volumes and just read them to your kids like bedtime stories. You know, read like maybe one or two one chapter every night before they go to bed. Man, Hey, when I have kids, I'm doing that. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna like buy each volume. I'm gonna buy like a volume, and then every night read to my kid, and then when I'm done that volume, or before I finish that volume, buy another volume. Bing bang. I need to get a manga collection, y'all. I need to get a manga collection. I will. I will. I think I will do that. You know, I might even get some other manga. I don't know what I want to get yet. I'm thinking about digging. We'll talk about that later. I don't want to stop the video for some something off topic, but I'll talk about that after this video.
We get a brief scene with Usopp, worried about Kinemon and Kiku being alright. Meanwhile, it appears Hamlet was left there in the corner, just left out to dry. So Usopp's worried about Kinemon and Kiku being dead, and I'm like, imagine if they actually were dead. That would be amazing. That would be the biggest feat of Usopp in this story. Usopp accidentally killing 2 of the scabbards would be amazing. Because...
Bruh, that would be... Bruh, Usopp accidentally killing the scabbards, bro. I don't know how that would sit with people. Usopp accidentally being the killer. This whole time Usopp never killed anybody. And he kills 2 of the scabbards on the same side, man. Just for a flashback, 2070. I know, right? That's ridiculous. That's crazy.
Kaido couldn't even kill them intentionally. We go back to present-day Orochi, who's burning alive using his last remaining life, or his last remaining head. But then Denjiro shows up, after I don't know how many chapters, and cuts it off. And the way that Oda drew the panel by the end of the chapter just reminded me of 2 other panels, but reversed. So here we have Denjiro protecting Orochi, and then here we have Denjiro pretending to kill Komurasaki. So I just kind of thought about these 2 panels and how like it comes full circle in a way, because now he's slashing Orochi and he's protecting Hiyori instead. And then of course we got the lanterns with the wishes of the people hitting the sky, and we see them kind of gradually become true as Orochi falls. And Orochi's the reason for why the water in Wano got polluted in the first place, because Higurashi told him to make weapons. Now Momonosuke still has to do something here. You know, I actually don't see Kaido falling before Momonosuke gets his time to shine, because Luffy is always the finisher, right? He has the finishing blow. So Momo has to do something with the island, and then once that gets addressed, that'll free Luffy up to finish Kaido off, or, you know, to at least put in more work. Also, I thought that the way the fight is framed by the end of the chapter is very similar to when Luffy is about to win over Doflamingo. So if Luffy were to win here after this attack, the scene would be very similar to what happens at the end of Dressrosa, and I feel like Oda is more creative than that. So I don't think it's the end. I still think something else has to happen. I was thinking, like, what if it gets revealed that Luffy is actually half Lunarian, and so let's say that Kaido actually does try to burn him with his magma.
There's go that Lunarian talk. Hey, well, I think it was, who keeps talking about Luffy being the Lunarian? Was it Best Gen, or I feel like it might have been Best Gen, or it might have been Threevil, one of them. Maybe I don't think it was Captain Golden Boy. Dang, I can't remember who keep talking about Luffy possibly being a Lunarian. And again, I'm not against that, like, cause I think the D, again, like I believe the D clan, like the people who have the D initial, I think they all might be like half Lunarian or something. Or I believe they're related to the moon somehow. I believe people of the D clan are all related to the moon. Like I said before, I forget what you call them, but there's like when symbols are used as letters. Let me see. I want to look up that definition. When symbols are used as letters. Forget what that's called, man. Yeah, I can't find it right now. I don't want to be spending too much time looking for it. But yeah. So like I kind of believe the theory that when it comes to the D, that the letter D was not really originally or meant to be used as a letter D, right? I don't think that's its original intent. I think that it was always like the moon, right? It was like a moon, like a half moon that was eventually translated to as a D when it was just a moon. Because it will also show like the people of that clan, the Moon Clan, not the D Clan. But again, if anybody want to know more of what I mean when it comes to like the when it comes to the moon people and everything, y'all should go check out an old stream I did. It was, I want to say it was a Reddit theories. I was reading Reddit theories, and it was the Moon Theory. I think that's what it's called, the Moon Theory. Go check that out. I think I have some videos that like some shorter videos as well. I think I made these around December or January of this year, one or the other. So if you go back then, you'll find them. I got some videos where I took the streams and I kind of cut them into smaller videos. But the stream itself probably has like a lot of information because, again, I was reading the theory. And yeah, y'all go check that out though. Y'all definitely go check that out. I think this theory was made even before like the whole Lunarian talk came out. Like this theory was made a few years ago. Pretty old one. Angel's Room said lantern. That's what they're called. Yeah, the kind of like the pumpkins at Halloween. They call those jack-o'-lanterns. But yeah, those are lanterns. You said, bro, I would turn off my computer if Luffy is a Lunarian, and I would probably erase that fact from my. Why you gotta always turn the computer off? Why can't you just put it in sleep mode or something? Like, why you gotta turn it off though? It's like like, man, Angel be getting so mad. Like, I'm shutting this thing down. Just get off my screen. You said, I will continue to read One Piece as if that fact doesn't exist until it's mentioned again. Let's continue.
Maybe Luffy gets burnt, but he doesn't kill him.
I do believe the people, the D clan. I don't like saying D clan because that makes it sound like they're related, like they're actual family. But I like to think that the people with the D initial do have ties to the moon though. Whether they're like part Lunarian, I don't know, but I think they do have ties to like the moon somehow.
Him because he's half Lunarian, and Lunarians are known to be able to survive in pretty harsh environments. Or maybe Nika's awakening provides him with that extra Lunarian durability. And speaking of Luffy and foreshadowing,
I kind of agree with you though. I don't want Luffy to be like a Lunarian though, because now if it's something with like the initial D being Lunarians, maybe I could probably deal with that. But Luffy specifically, because then it's like what they did with Ichigo. Where Ichigo was a human, he was a Shinigami, he was a Quincy, he was a Hollow, he was a Fullbringer. He was like all these things, and it's like, God damn, y'all gonna give him? Y'all want to make him a Jedi? How about make him a Jedi? Make him a Sith? Make him an Asgardian? Why don't you make him one of the Spider family as well? Don't do that with Luffy, please. You gave him we get this whole Sun God, Nika, Devil Fruit thing. We don't need Luffy being all these extra stuff, Yeah, the crescent moon. Yeah, exactly. It's the D.
My sister recently gifted me this volume 89. So I think the color of the clouds that surround Luffy's Snake Man are actually the color that we are.
Man, that fight was so sexy. Oh, that fight was beautiful. Especially that last clash right there. Oh man, Katakuri, man. We gotta bring back Katakuri. Hey, I'm about to start a petition, y'all. I'm gonna start a petition where we bring back Katakuri. Matter of fact, what we gotta do, we gotta start a petition. Like, somebody gotta start a petition where we make a One Piece spinoff with Katakuri where he's the main character and he gets his own crew and hey man, I'm for real, man. I'm for real. I'm for real. I want a One Piece spinoff of Katakuri. Give me like a good 12 episode spinoff with Katakuri just doing like it could be like a slice of life anime. It don't even have to be like a full on action anime. It could be like a slice of life One Piece spinoff with Katakuri, doing his daily task, holding the Big Mom pirates together, because Big Mom don't hold them together. Big Mom just be going on temper tantrums and stuff, destroying her country. So we had Katakuri just running Whole Cake Island, using his future sight, to prevent things from going wrong. Bruh, I would throw money at that. Angel said, make him a Jedi. You funny, bro. For real, man. For real, bro. Like, Ichigo is like every single species of fictional beings. He gonna be a Jedi, Asgardian, whatever. Yeah, man, that's ridiculous. Shout out to One Life, man. Welcome to the chat. He says, I think Kaido's going to tell a story about the Void Sentry before Luffy cut his head off. I don't know if Luffy cutting his head off. That's a little much right there. Luffy ain't really known to be killing people. But that's interesting to know, though. That's an interesting thought. A little dark for One Piece, but it's interesting. Angel said, we just going to watch him walking through Whole Cake Island, bro. Come on now. I'd watch that. I would watch that. All we need is some future sight action and just play his theme music. You know what I'm saying? You got a 10 out of 10 anime right there. Adam says, that would be the first slice of life anime I'd actually watch. Facts. Well, it wouldn't be the first. I think I watched others before, but it'd be the first one that I really enjoyed. I would say that. Let's wrap this thing up.
We are told Nika is. I mean, the shape of the cloud even looks like Nika's hair. So I don't know if this qualifies as legitimate foreshadowing, but I did notice it. Just wanted to share this with you. That's going to do it for me today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Honestly, this was a very difficult chapter for me to review because I finished reading it and I was like, oh my gosh, what am I even going to talk about for the review, So it was definitely a struggle just because there wasn't a whole lot of like new content in this. But hopefully I added something of value to the conversation with this video. So I did what I could. And that's all you can do. Just do what you can. So thank you guys.
Hey, I know how you feel, man. I definitely know how you feel. Let me give Sawyer a like. Y'all make sure y'all go check out y'all go like the video. Yeah, I what he said at the end, I 100% agree with that. Right, like that. Y'all like sometimes it's hard doing like these streams with certain chapters because it's like sometimes they don't give sometimes they'll be a good chapter, but it just doesn't give you enough to really talk about. You know what I'm saying? So that's why some of the streams is like, hey, I don't have much to talk about. You know what I'm saying? I try to make some talking points, but it's only so much you could do. And that's kind of how last chapter was. Streaming that yesterday was a little tough. I'm not going to lie. Like I was a little off too, and then I don't really even have much to talk about because most of it was flashback. That we already kind of knew that happened. Not much new to it. Angel said Kaido will survive this fight and fly away, talking about how this isn't over. Hey, I wouldn't be against that because I've already said that Kaido may retreat. Like I could see Kaido like being forced to retreat or something, and then he comes back in the big war that we're going to get, where we see all the Yonko there presently. we see Kaido, we see Big Mom, we see Blackbeard, then we see Red Hair Shanks himself. And then who arrives a little late to the party, but right on time? The the now official Yonko, or it'd probably be called Gonko, Monkey D. Luffy, who officially proved that he deserves to be a Yonko after pushing Kaido to have to retreat or pushing Kaido to his limit. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. But that's me, though. That's me. Angel said, now that I think about it, who's going to actually decapitate Kaido's head? Because we know the Marines done tried that. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. But yeah. That was pretty much the thing, you know. Y'all kind of already know how I felt about the chapter, so I don't really want to go too much into it. Kind of talked about it before before we start reacting to the video. Y'all see, I talked about it yesterday. It's just, this chapter was hard to talk about, right? It was one of them hard to talk about chapters because it just didn't have enough new stuff to really discuss. So yeah, but let's kind of go on a little tangent, right? I kind of want to go on a little tangent. Before I wrap the stream up, just a small tangent. Continue the tangent I was talking about earlier about the other anime, right? Other anime. Yeah, man, y'all, I need to get a nice little manga collection. I think I'm gonna definitely try to get all the One Piece physical manga. You know, like that's probably gonna be my goal. You know, I'm gonna probably buy like volumes, like volume wise, but some other manga I think I do want to get into that I'm thinking about getting into is Tokyo Revengers. I pretty much just finished season 1 a couple days ago. Fire. You know, the main character. You know, he went back to the future. It was all different. You know, he was like this old mob boss now. So, but he got killed supposedly. Supposedly he got killed by Tamaki. That's his name. Tamaki got killed by Kisuke. The I'm gonna call him the series antagonist because that's what he seems like. At least of the first season and possibly going to be the next season as well. So, but I need to know what happens next because supposedly the man died and I'm like, I don't believe it. I think he got shot and it sent him back to the future or to the past. So, yeah. Adam says all I have is One Piece, Berserk, and Dragon Ball, but I just have the Onibuses. Angel said Tokyo Revenger is a great manga. Yeah, I'm gonna have to catch up with it, man. I'm gonna have to get into it. I gotta catch up on One Punch Man because I kind of fell off at one point. But I might have. I don't know if I'm gonna get the physical copies of One Punch Man. But what else? Oh yeah, Adam says Berserk. I've actually never watched Berserk. I've never followed Berserk, but I might start though, cause I kind of want to watch it, but I don't know where to start. You know, and I hear a lot of bad things about the anime. I guess cause of CGI, but maybe there's like I think there's some movies and stuff. So I really don't know where to start with Berserk as far as watching. So that might be one of those that I have to get into the manga. Adam says it's actually free on YouTube. Maybe you could stream the one from '97. Is it a movie or is it the show? Cause I think I seen it on I got HBO Max, right? I got HBO Max and I think I seen it on HBO Max, but I think it's like the CGI the CGI version. So I don't know. All right, so you said it's 25 episodes, but it's good. That one sucks. Do not watch. Not the HBO one. Okay. I won't watch the CGI one. I won't watch that one. But okay, so you said it's 25 episodes. Do they actually finish the? Is it 25 episodes, and the series is finished, or is it like they never finished it fully on the first go round? And is that why they started the new CGI version, because they didn't finish the old 97 version? Because yeah, I'm gonna get into it though, man. People, that's like one of them very loved series right there, man. That's one of them very loved series. So I feel as though I need to get into it. You said no, but it hooks you up to start the manga journey. Okay. But here's I think what series I need the actual physical manga for is Solo Leveling, man. That's Solo Leveling is that greatness. I haven't finished it. I think I'm in the last arc, but I kind of forgot what the last chapter I watched or I read. So, I don't know what the last chapter I read was. So I gotta figure out where I was and then continue. Angel said chapter 98. I think though. Are you where are you talking about, Angel? You talking about Tokyo Revengers, or you talking about Berserk? Or you talking about Solo Leveling? What you talking about? I don't know which series you talking about. But yeah, Solo Leveling, y'all. If y'all haven't watched Solo Leveling, which is like a Korean manga, bruh, y'all need to watch. Sung Jin Woo, bro. My guy, man. That's my guy right there, bro. Sung Jin Woo. That boy a beast. This man just. It's like without ruining it for you guys, it's just like he starts off weak, right? He starts off as this little weakling guy, right? He was like because they're like hunters, and he was like the very lowest ranking hunter. And then my man just bloomed, bro. He just bloomed. Adam said, I don't like OP, man. I think you talking about One Punch Man. MC, man besides Saitama because he's funny. I don't like OP MCs. Oh, okay. You said you don't like OP MCs besides Saitama because he's funny. I think the great thing about One Punch Man, what makes it great, despite having this overpowered main character that can't really lose, it's the characters around him. Like he himself is a fun character, because I think Saitama is pretty deep, right? Like I think he's a lot deeper than people give him credit for as a main character, because he kind of suffers through depression. Like he's so powerful that he's bored with life. He's depressed. He has this level of depression. So, and he's always looking for a challenge, but he can't never find nothing to challenge him. And I think that's what makes him such a dope character, because his strength is kind of his weakness in a sense, because it's preventing him from enjoying life. So. Yeah, and then you said and Mob Psycho. Yeah, that's same guy who created One Punch Man, Mob Psycho. I gotta watch. I haven't watched the second season or the third season, so I definitely gotta watch that. Because I love Mob Psycho as well. Mob Psycho is dope. But yeah, that's all I kind of wanted to talk about. In a little tangent, but I kind of wanted to talk about it. Yeah. Angel Room said Deco 2 IG. He ain't OP yet. I don't like Deku. I don't like Deku. I'm sorry, I don't like him. I just still can't get over the fact that he was a little crybaby most of the beginning. And but I'm not crazy about Deku as a character. So yeah. I don't think he's gonna be like Saitama though. I don't think he's gonna be like that strong either. But yeah, y'all, it was a good stream. I mean, that's not to knock anybody who do like Deku. That's just my own personal thing. I just like all the crying in the beginning, and then it's like this man would be winning a fight and he'd still start crying, and I'm like, bro, shut up, stop crying. God dang, I gotta find every reason to cry, little crybaby. Oh, I'm too weak. I don't got the power. Stop crying. Why don't what's the Byakuga, whatever his name is? Oh, Byakuga yelled at me. I'ma cry. Oh, shut up. Oh man, it's just annoying. Angel said, "At least you honest." By the way, I mean overpowered in their own world, not compared to other anime. And I get what you mean. Yeah, I guess you got a point. He is kind of overpowered, but he's not at his full potential. But when he gets there, I don't know if too many people gonna be able to beat him in his universe. I don't know. But yeah, y'all. Maybe we could do this some more. Like I'll have like after the end of some of these streams, we could have like some anime talk or whatever. I don't know. Maybe on the chapter streams. You know, like we do the chapter streams. We'd have anime talks or something. I don't know. But anyway, y'all. That's the stream. You guys make sure y'all go like the video from Sawyer7mage. The link to his video is in the description box. Let me know what you guys thought about this video in the comments. You know, especially if you're watching this much later. Do you agree with his some of his points? You disagree? You disagree with something I said? You agree? Let me know in the comments. You know, let me know what you guys thought about the chapter as well. You know, let me know what you guys thought about the chapter. Anyway, y'all, make sure y'all hit that like button if y'all haven't hit it already. You know, but make sure y'all help the channel grow. Help the channel. Giving it a like definitely does help the channel. Helps the video get, you know, more people, more eyes on the video, right? Make sure you also subscribe. I'm streaming like almost every day, y'all. Almost every day, y'all always getting content from me. Y'all always getting content. You know, how many of the YouTube people y'all follow and subscribe to is streaming almost every day? Come on now, come on. You know, these are. I mean, I still give them props though, because they still make content and they still drop content almost daily, most of them, and they still recording. They still gotta record it and they still gotta edit it, so they actually kind of doing more work. But hey, y'all see the mistakes that I make when sometimes I'm like I'm at a loss for words. Y'all see me make them mistakes and all that, and I can't edit the mistakes out on these streams, y'all. You know, at least not while I'm doing them. So, but yeah. Also follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook so y'all could stay informed and know what I'm doing when I'm going to be dropping a video, or you know, when I'm gonna be doing the stream, when I'm be going live. Also, we have the One Piece Discord and the One Piece Facebook group. If you guys look for a community to be a part of, the best place to send me videos to react to is the Discord. We even have a channel specifically designated to send me videos to react to. So definitely go join the Discord. You know, we definitely growing. Yeah. And that's probably going to be the best place to be if you're trying to win when I do like contests and stuff. Bam. And I think on the Discord we might be doing we'll probably be doing this Saturday. We'll be doing I think Cube is going to be coordinating a voice chat event. So yeah, y'all look out for that. Or look out for that sometime this week. Cube is going to be coordinating, or me and Cube, I'm gonna help him. We're going to coordinate a voice chat thing event. I mean, it's his idea, but I'm gonna help him. Of course, I'm gonna help him. But anyway, y'all, been a great thing. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to Angel's Room. Shout out to Adam. Shout out to Hassan. And I think that's all you guys for today. Adam said, hell yeah. Angel said, great stream. And Adam said, awesome. Hey, Adam, you better be there for that voice chat event that Cube is trying to put together. I know you got a lot of stuff on your mind, and it ain't going to be like a stream where we're going to be like, But yeah, you join that stream or join that voice chat thing, voice chat party. That's what we gonna call it. Anyway, y'all, it's your boy Sean P, the Bluff God, and I'm out of here. Y'all have a good rest of your day. And Adam says, I'm hoping I get some vids too. I'm working on too. All right, man, keep it up. Anyway, y'all have a good night. I'm out of here. Peace.